We are alive, we are alive, we are alive. It is good to be alive today. Alrighty, playing with these tractor tires. I've got some new tires for my mower here. And I say tractor tires extremely loosely because I'm very aware that they are not tractor tires. They're shipped, they're crushed down, and so I'm leaving them some time on the counter to spread them back out so that when I put them on the wheel, they'll actually seat. Check out that one. That one is like so crushed. So luckily I have a couple of things that jam in this one. Really need some other things to jam in. Yeah, jam that radio in this one. Let's see. Let's see if I can get it up this high. I don't need these up. Ooh. I think I did it. All right, well now I'm starting with that one. Gotta get the bead spread out a little bit so I can actually get it to connect to the wheel. Because seating a bead, I don't have quite enough pressure. Well, seating a bead's hard if the thing is tiny anyway. I mean, it's always so narrow. So I'm just trying to stretch the tires, you know, like you do on a lowrider, because you know I'm the lowrider guy, and over here stretching tires. I was real smart. I'd get a tube and set a tube up, but I'm not real smart. I'm just real alive. What up? Got some people in here. If you can hit that like button, I appreciate it. Somebody just did. I really appreciate that. Got 16 people in here. If all these people can hit the like button, that would just be incredible. Boom. Look at that goodness. Getting it set up. Dusty, what's up? How are you today? Glad to see you in here. If you can hit the like button, any of you guys that are in here, the idea is that I'm going to sit here and talk about Ford Excursion. So, with your guys' questions prompting it. So, I am here. Fire away with the questions. You can ask me, I don't know, we can get started with anything, I guess. Anything around automotive, I guess. Right now, we're sitting in the garage. Sitting next to the old bobbed Excursion here, and got a goal for this stream of $20 gained. So we'll see if we can hit that $20 gained goal, which means I don't care how I do it. If somebody wants to come in and donate $20 all at once, I'm gonna be stoked. If you guys could hit the like button if you are in here, that would help this thing grow and help more people roll through. So I appreciate you guys being around. It's a hot one today, 92 degrees outside. Luckily, the garage is pretty well insulated, and I can just sit here and chat with y'all. Gonna need a charger too. My phone is already going dead, and I've only been live for 4 minutes. So let's go do that. We got nobody asking questions here. Thanks for the hearts. Thanks for the cake. Is that cake? Uh-oh, there's my charger. I don't even know what that is. We got some more hearts coming through. Appreciate the hearts, folks. Would love some comments. Start answering questions here. That is the goal. We are going to answer your dire Ford Excursion questions. Man, the hearts are just rolling. Whoever's just rolling in those hearts, really, really appreciate it. That is... I don't know what that does, but it does something, I'm sure. And I appreciate it. I mean, even if it doesn't do anything, I just appreciate the fact that there's just hearts just like rolling through the screen. full time here. I think that's super helpful. Pretty darn cool. Oh, man. Dusty Ice. What a cool name. Got a few people in here. A couple of thumbs up. We got a goal of $20 for the stream that we are hoping to hit. If you want to donate to the Geek here, any Ford Excursion question you are welcome to ask. The Family Main, how you doing? We have chatted before, my friend. Good to have you back in the chat today. We're here and we're live. You know, I got to do one more thing. I got to copy the link. Okay, hang on, guys. I'm not going to leave you, but it's going to, like, glitch out and do weird things. I got to go to Instagram and post that I'm live. So give me just a second. I'm back. I'm sure that didn't help me. I'm back. I'm sure that didn't help me. But I'm doing all this from my phone. A lot of people do it from computers and set up all that stuff so they can do other things. And I just sit here with my phone in the garage and talk to y'all. That is my way of doing this. I am interested less in that technology part of things and more in the helping people with their Ford Excursion and just creating a community part of things. And so if you're okay with that, you'll get a really low budget guy who just tries his best, but will answer any question you want, because we're talking about Ford Excursions in here, and I just love these trucks. I think they're pretty darn cool. You can tell how much I love it by how much I rub it with rocks. That's how you know how much I love it. So yeah, any questions you have, anything about this truck behind me, anything about, just want to say hey and talk about your day, I'd love to chat with anybody here and get this chat going. Belize, what is up, man? How are you doing today? Hey, mistakes happen. What did I do with a mistake? Leaving? Being terrible at tech? I don't know. Belize, not much, man. Invalid argument. 2-valve or 3-valve V10. Well, if you're buying an Excursion, here's a little secret. There is not a... that was actually stellar, Vildad kid. That was great. Yeah, my terrible Fords with 200,000 miles on them. Invalid argument. Let's go to that. 2-valve versus a 3-valve. If you are looking at Excursions, the Excursion never came with a 3-valve. So that is, you know, it's not really an argument for the 3-valve. I have never owned a 3-valve anything. I've only owned 2 valves, and I personally like them. I think they're a pretty reliable motor as long as you can keep the spark plugs in them. And if you take and tighten the spark plugs once every 10, 15,000 miles, then they're good to go. I don't know. I don't like the cam phasers. I've heard a lot of bad things about the cam phasers in the 3-valves. So I'm not really a fan of that. ERPR Gaming. I mean, yeah, I do vacation. Yeah. Dude, appreciate it. Vilda Kid. Yeah, I'm kind of a Ford guy. I also have a Jeep sitting here too. But this is my Excursion. There's lots of cool videos on the channel. And this one's been bobbed 12 inches. It's pretty much the only bobbed Excursion in the world, except that somebody built a 2-door years ago. And it looks like it's bobbed too, but I don't know the builder, and I don't know how much, and I don't know all that stuff. Belize Kid. Oh, man. Thank you for $5. That's getting me closer to my $20 gain, or $20 setup for the day. The goal is $20, and so I appreciate the Family Main for helping contribute to that. Belize, I'm going to put you in timeout so that I don't have to hear racial things. Invalid argument. Had an F-250 that just had to sell 262 on the bottom of the engine. Yeah, yeah, that's time to sell it. 5.4 2 valve. I mean, 262 out of a gas motor, mod motor that everybody hates. You can't be too sad about 262,000 miles. I think that that's a pretty good life for a gas motor. Diesel motors, obviously, you want them to go further because they're more expensive. But yeah, I mean, I don't think that's too bad. Started knocking. That's you gotta let whoever that is out. The family man appreciated that man a lot. Like I said, I have a goal of $20 for this stream. If anybody wants to contribute to that, we're streaming to answer questions. I just love talking about excursions, and I am live streaming to answer your questions, to build this community, to meet new people, and that is why I'm live streaming. I also am trying to make this a full-time job, and so any kind of money that you guys are willing to help me out with. I don't know if you know this. Also, I sell merch as well. So on the Amazon store, if you go to any of my normal videos, in the description, there's an Amazon store, and on so that link, and then you go into lists on Amazon store, you can find merch. So I've got merch with this cool Excursion logo on it. Move this out of the way. That light's so bright you can't even see it. And if you want merch with that cool logo on it, you can get Excursion merch from the Geek. So that's another way you can support me. Now torn between an 11 to 15 Mercedes. Oh gosh. Well, invalid argument. Maintaining either the Mercedes or the Range Rover is going to be a ton more money. That's just how foreign cars work in the U.S., especially those type of name brands. There is no way I wouldn't own any of those, either of those. I would obviously buy another Super Duty, but I would buy an Excursion though. I would buy Excursion is better. Martel Modifies. What's up, man? That sounds like that's a really cool name. Do you have a channel that you're modifying stuff? What are you doing? Both are poor choices. Yeah. I don't know that I would. A Mercedes or a Range Rover is not going to be near as reliable as just a plain old Super Duty. Not as cool, but yeah. Sweet maintenance there. They're pretty. Yeah, Martel. What do you modify? What are you working on? Tell me about it. This is why I'm doing this. Got to get to know people and learn what you guys are building. So, got a goal for this stream, 20 bucks. Donated. I'm already at $5 there towards it, so that's pretty awesome. Moto. How you doing, sir? Mechatronica. Shine Ray Moto. What a thing. Oh, BMX and other things. Cool. And a 2022 Chevy 2500 two-wheel drive. I don't even know if I don't know if I've ever seen a two-wheel drive of that era. Up here in Washington, nobody has a two-wheel drive, so yeah. Mechatronics. Oh, dude, you're in Spokane. I'm in Wenatchee. Did you know that? You found somebody real close to you. Yeah, two-wheel drive truck in Spokane. You're a bold man. That's that can be an ice fest in the middle of winter. I'll take no thank you. I lived over there. I lived over there for a couple years. My wife went to Gonzaga. Now we live over in Wenatchee. Appreciate it, Mr. Moto from Brazil. Glad to have you in here. You'll ever drive. We need to get you a four-wheel drive Ford vehicle, and you'll be so impressed. Yeah, it's actually really impressive that you drive that all winter long in Spokane. That's yeah, that's kind of crazy. So, what else you guys got going on here? Got Martello from Brazil. Is he the furthest one away right now? We never know where people are. It's really fun to hear where everybody's from that is watching these streams, because I like the all the internet trolls are from the UK. I realized that. I started at 2 o'clock today, real quick. I was in the middle of doing some work stuff, and I had a bunch of people from the UK, and it was all trolls, just like trying to get me to say really ridiculous things. And I was like, why? I just like hanging out. Then I already had one already that I put on timeout. I don't know if he's still here, but there's a way to put people on timeout, which is quite hilarious as well. Yeah. YouTube Live is very entertaining, my friends. If you have not hit the thumbs up button, you should do that. We're just sitting here talking about life and excursion stuff, and friends from Brazil. The furthest one away currently is Brazil. We got somebody that's like, somebody as close as like 2 hours away from me is on this too, which is kind of wild. Martello, yeah. I don't know. Tri-Cities has got more area, but Wenatchee's been growing pretty crazy. Yeah, it's a cool spot. Still like it. Thought I had more time here, but yeah, it's starting to get to where you're just like, I don't know if I want to live here forever anymore. Cause yeah, they're doing weird things. Yeah, Tri-Cities is insane. They're growing faster than us, I would say. But we've grown. And then, for good and bad, right? We've grown with a lot of West Siders coming over here because they want, I don't know, they want the mountains and they want less people, and then they're moving here and they're being a pain in the butt. Jamie, yes, sir. Martello, I don't know that I agree with the fact that it's laid out well. I'm from California, lived in Utah for a while. Friggin' Tri-Cities confuses the heck out of me whenever I'm there. I'm like, I have to use the map to get around. It's really frustrating. But I like the river that runs through the middle. That's cool. Kind of has the same little bit of vibe as Wenatchee, except that it's more desert. I don't know. I like being up here. It's hot here today anyway. It's 92 outside. It's freaking hot. If anybody could hit the thumbs up that is in here that has not, y'all should do it. Spokane is not great, yeah. Spokane's got some really badly designed things. The Y's ×2 being the first thing that comes to mind. Because everybody, when we first moved there, they're like, it's the Y. And I was like, well, there's 2 of them. So there's no reason for you to say the Y to me, because there's 2. So, yeah, kind of goofy. And the fact that the 395, what they told us was going to be done 25 years ago, and it's not even close. Yeah. Well, can we steer the conversation in the direction of cars? What is everybody working on car-wise? What kind of car are you driving? Post your cars in the comments. We've already heard Martello is driving a 2002 2500 Chevy. It's 2-wheel drive. Homeboy's driving that in the winter up here in the Pacific Northwest, and that's pretty wild. 2017 WRX from Philip. That's a sweet ride. Those WRXs, do they... I don't know anything about Subarus. Do all the WRXs have turbos? Or is that just like a WRX thing? On a big purchase, what are you going to get, man? You going to buy a 4-wheel drive? So you can go somewhere? Drive up in the hills? The actual mountains, because we have them here. It's just out east. Prince Sonny! You're back, buddy. X7 competition. I don't know what that is. Is that one of your bikes? Impreza trim doesn't have them. Okay, got it. Oh, BMW. Yeah, have fun with the maintenance on that. Just a base WRX. Oh, man. Bummer. But is it a manual? That's cool, Marcello. I'm not a BMW guy. Ooh, Diesel Builder. Front axle swap, 450 wide track. Oh, did you send me pictures the other day, Diesel Builder? Scott, what's up? 2010 Expedition, 1990 F700. That's cool. Yeah, Jetta manual is awesome. Okay, Philip. Well, a manual makes it better. Frank, this car, this is a Ford Excursion. It's been bobbed. That's the Excursion right there. If you want to see tons of videos on that truck, it is on the channel. Diesel Builder, really. So I actually talked to a guy the other day that was telling me he put 450 axle on the front of his Excursion too, which is cool. I don't understand how you're gonna make the rear as wide though as the front with running that wide track axle. Trying to lift his Expedition. Oh, good luck with that. Oh, it turns tighter. That's why. So you're going to run different... Prince Sunny, yes, I have heard of Pismo Beach. I grew up in Southern California, so I have been there, actually. Family Maine, still here. Diesel Builder, that's really cool. Philip, I do like Xterras, man. I think they're really cool. So my goal for this one today is to raise $20, guys. So if anybody can donate, help that cause, that would be awesome. My buddy there, the Family Maine, just already donated $5, got us to where we only need 15 more. It's pretty awesome. No, it is possible, Martello, but yeah, that's the problem, is they're all independent. And so if he wants to go, what I would have him look into is Raptor stuff, because I think you can put all the Raptor stuff on those Expeditions. So if you just bought a wrecked Raptor and pulled it all, that might be the deal. Prince Sunny, taking the old Renegade over to Pismo, huh? Don't you already have BFGs on there, man? I think you're fine. Just air down. Send her. Yeah, you got BFGs. You're good. You don't need different tires. The only thing that needs different tires is paddles. Yeah, you can run 17 and go 15 if you want. Just the potholes. Yeah, that the truck would just eat the potholes up. Yeah, like I said, Martello, Raptor parts. Probably not just F-150. I think F-150 is the exact same as the Expedition. Yeah, good luck, Sonny. Go with somebody so they can pull you out if you get stuck. I think all of us wanted that Toyota pickup from Back to the Future. In India? No, I'm not in India. Yeah, that Toyota pickup in Back to the Future is... Well, now you see it, and you're just like, that is so clean. How does anybody own that? And it doesn't exist. Yeah, Prince Sonny, you should be good to ride the beach. You got to watch the tides there. The tides from the ocean are can be a little bit challenging there, but that's why I would go with somebody that knows. If you have the access to somebody that knows something about Pismo, I would go with them. Not in Africa either. No, sir. Yeah, the old circle headlights are way better. Way better. Yeah, but the rear is the same as the new, the rear's independent too. The rear, like I said, the rear's the same. I think it's all Raptor stuff that you could put on there. Pretty sunny. I think you can do those headlights. Those are in my store on Amazon. I think you've got like a normal 7-inch headlight in that Renegade. So Am I going to the Atlantic City Truck Show, D's? No. Atlantic City is across the country from me. I live in Washington State. This truck is not really a show truck. It's an off-road truck. I like to drag it on rocks. It happens. UCC. No, I'm in Washington State. I am married. I'm right in the middle of both of them, Philip. What's the best engine for an Excursion? Ramon! Is it Ramon or Raymond? Good sir, what are you doing with the Excursion? Because that has a lot to do with what the best motor is. There's not a best motor for everybody. If you just were going to say the best motor in one, the most reliable, that's going to last forever, I would make the internet not very mad and say a 7.3. If you don't want to tow every weekend and you want one to just drive around and be comfortable with and enjoy having an Excursion, I would say the V10 is a awesome option. And you can buy a V10 nowadays with way less miles on it, like under 200K, for 10 grand, less than 10 grand. You gotta be willing to drive across the country with it. And you get a nicer truck for less money. So if I were buying right now and I didn't have to tow all the time, I'd buy a V10. Des? It's D's. I buy a lot of parts on Amazon. So if you go to my channel and you look at any of my normal long form videos, down in there's an Amazon store link. So I actually make like lists for all of you guys too. So if you're trying to buy parts for Excursions, you're trying to find them on Amazon, I've bought 98% of the parts in those lists and have used them. So I know that they work, know that they're good. Yeah, really being really lazy and just buying everything on Amazon. You sell what, D's? Ramon or Raymond? Ramon. It's Ramon. You will love the 6.8. Find a really nice clean one. Find one with no rust on it. And first thing you do is make sure it has Motorcraft. Oh, yeah. Yes, we were talking about it. I remember you were on here the other day, D's. Anyway, Ramon, yeah, find one with no rust. First thing I would do, make sure it has Motorcraft plugs in it. Go around with a torque wrench and torque every spark plug and make sure it has Motorcraft coils in it. Put Motorcraft coils in it and enjoy it. The other thing that I would factor into your budget, Ramon, is to pay somebody to do the exhaust manifold studs if they are broken, or just keep it in your pocket so when they are broken. It's like $1,000 to get it done by somebody. If you could find a set of headers, they're not easy to find anymore. So put headers on it and just yeah, plan to pay somebody and put headers on it, fix the exhaust, get it done, and enjoy the heck out of it. D's works for Extreme Diesel, so if you guys need parts at Extreme Diesel, let him know. I work with Diesel Power Products up here. I don't work for them, but that's who I work with. Any places in SoCal where you have a good entry-level trail and some awesome views? Something where I just need myself and your spare tire. Yeah, you could go. You don't want to go to the desert right now, but you can go up to Big Bear. There's a bunch of Forest Service roads up around Big Bear that you would have a lot of fun with. Get yourself a good Forest Service map and pop on up to Big Bear for the summer. And yeah, go run 2N10, go run some of those things. Those are fun things. So yeah, get a map of the forest up there. There's some good roads up in there. I grew up down in Southern California, Prince, Sonny. So been all over down there. There's some hard stuff, but there's plenty of easy stuff down there. There's also some stuff up on Santa Rosa Plateau. I don't know how far south you are. Cerritos. I've been to Big Bear in years. Where do you live now, Prince, Sonny? Again, the biggest piece of advice that I can give you, Prince Sonny, is you want to get into this off-roading thing. Oh, you live in Tucson. Oh yeah, you live in Arizona. Is finding somebody or some group or something to go out with. Going out by yourself in a vehicle that you're learning and or that Renegade is cool, but it's not all that capable. Like can turn out really bad. So my biggest piece of advice before you go running out and doing anything, find a buddy, find something. Go to a Jeep, coffee and event or something in Tucson, and find some friends that want to go wheel, and go out there with them and tell them what you have. Make sure that they don't take you on a trail that's too hard, and go out there and learn from them, and don't get yourself in a situation where you're gonna get stuck and break something or do something like that. You want to find some good people. Ramon, man, I appreciate that. Appreciate that. $5. We are working towards $20 in this live stream today, and we are halfway there because of some really, really great people so far. Ramon and the main dad main, something like that. And I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. This has been really fun. I'm really glad to share some information, and I am trying to make a couple dollars off the information. I feel like I have some good information to share, right? Maybe not. I don't know. Appreciate it, you guys. So yeah, that's my biggest piece of advice for starting to off-road. Find yourself a group that wants to go and is willing to help you out. Because there are people out there. Don't go to the guy with the crazy beat-up Jeep at the show. Go to the guy with another thing that's similar to you. Get somebody similar to you with a rig. You don't want you don't want somebody with something crazy that you're trying to follow. You want somebody with something similar. Be more better. More better. Ramon, where are you located? Where are you looking for these excursions? Because that's the other thing. That's the other part of finding a good one, is being willing to travel, obviously. Oh, and Ramon, also, there's a video on my channel, on my YouTube channel. If you haven't already subscribed, you should. Oh, you're in El Paso, Texas. Okay, so you got a pretty good pick of some good rust-free trucks. There's a video on my channel of what to look for on these excursions when you're buying them. Just I would watch it, just familiarize yourself with some of the things, because you need to look inside the rockers and see if they're rusted, right? Because even down there, they could have some rust growing inside of them, and you want to know about it. There's some tips on the grills. There's some tips on I kind of walk around the truck and just it's all body stuff that I'm talking about in that video. I'm not talking about engines. I'm not an expert in picking a motor that's not going to blow up. I'm not an expert in that anyway. But I think the V10 is just such a great option. You'll have plenty of options down in Texas. You might pay more though. So for some reason in Washington State, these trucks are not worth anything. And I don't know why people up here, it makes a ton of sense that they would really like them, but then you go to sell one here. So I sold my brother's, and it actually went down to Texas because the guys from Texas were able to fly up here, drive it back for less money than everybody was asking in Texas. So I kind of looked all over the country at one point for a buddy of mine, and I was able to find some pretty nice V10 with under 200. Some of them even had under 150,000 miles on them. Under 200 wouldn't scare me though. 175, you know, right in there. Um, for under 10 grand, if you're looking at, I've seen some people post stuff in Texas. I think it's worth 15 grand for that. And I'm like, dude, um, it's not. So I, yeah, I mean, I would definitely be willing to get on a plane and not that worried about it. Coming up here, the rust, it can be a little bit of an issue. Find something close enough to me in Washington. I'm happy to be your inspector guy, and I won't charge you too much. But if you help me pay for gas and give me a little bit of money, I'm more than willing to go look at an excursion for you. That's within, you know, a few hours of my house. Um, you can shoot me an email if you want, geeks4x4@gmail.com. Or follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook, all that stuff. You can message me, whatever. Same name on all those places, Geeks4x4 everywhere. And I'm totally down to help somebody, you know, look through one of these things and determine what all it needs. And then if it needs some work, you bring it here before you drive it down. Come up and get you a cool truck. Get you a good one. There's plenty of good ones still left that are not clapped. I would like a clapped one for my next one, even more so than this one was pretty clapped out. But I fixed everything on it and then cut it in half because that's fun. Oh man, any other questions as you guys get thinking here, as we just get talking about buying a truck or owning a Ford Excursion in general? I am right here ready to ask. Super Sod, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Just dropped 15 on a V10, 300 Jasper trans and motor. You got a leak in the passenger side floor rail and the rear window is leaking. Oh, so is it wet like underneath the passenger, like the carpet gets wet over there? This is Trey I'm talking to. No problem, Ramon. Yeah, it's funny. Bob has a very similar leak that I have no idea what it is. I'm guessing it's from the cowl. I don't know. Whatever. Mine's in the garage. Doesn't matter. The rear one, the rear window sounds like you already know. The back glass is leaking, so you have to actually go to a glass shop and get them to take the glass off and then reseal that back glass. Unless it's one of the side windows. Is it one of the side windows or the actual hatch glass? Trey, yeah, so the hatch, the window needs to come off. So you spent 15 to buy the truck, and then you bought a crate motor and trans? There's a fuse. I don't know which fuse it is. I think the side windows are on their own fuse, actually. I think I would start there. Do you have a manual? Oh, it was done by the seller. So you paid 15 with essentially a brand new motor and trans. That's not that bad. It is a little steep. I do agree. I think you could have gotten it for like 12. But I don't know, a 7.3 with that low of miles would have cost you double. So I sold my brother's 7.3. It was a one owner truck. Scrub Rebel. What's up, man? My brother's was a one owner truck, 4-wheel drive, 7.3. My family bought it new in 2002. It had 330 on it. Did not have a new transmission in it. Still have the factory injectors. We put B and C or V and C codes on it, and we sold it for like just over 13,000. And the guy, that's what I was talking about earlier. The guys from Texas, they flew up here because it was a $20,000 truck in Texas, and so they couldn't buy that down there, and they were like, why are we not getting on a plane to go get that? And that's what I thought as I had it listed for 4 months. It's like, what the heck? Because everybody said, oh, it's a 7.3, it's worth 20. It's not worth 20 anymore. I think a clean 300,000 mile-ish, under 300,000 mile-ish 7.3 should be going for 15. Yeah, so you paid for for your thing. Oh, low attitude flight. Man, appreciate the axle swap, man. Tell me about it. You did it this weekend? Appreciate you donating $5. That is really awesome. Guys, we are 75% of the way to our goal for the day. And that is awesome. Super Sod, do you have a Ford Excursion? Personally, I wouldn't buy a zone lift for anything. Just preface it with that. I'm not a zone. I don't think a leaf sprung vehicle buying some Chinese springs is going to help you very much. But Super Sod, are you looking to lift an Excursion? What are you looking to lift? Well, I'll just tell you what I'm thinking. My 2 cents would be, so I talked to a friend, and there's some talk about a 4-inch spring coming out from a company that's pretty cool. So if you really want a 4-inch, waiting might be a better idea. If you are okay with going a little higher, and you want an extremely, okay, you got a V1005. You want an extremely nice spring that you're lifting and you want to go a little higher, Skyjacker makes a 6-inch setup, and I've got a 10% off. So you could buy a Skyjacker lift, get some really, really nice springs. I believe they're made in the USA. Some good shocks, a whole good, like, USA built lift. That's a 6-inch lift for an Excursion. Yeah, that's what I would buy if I was looking to buy new springs and everything like that. I think that's where I would go. Yeah. Thanks, Cars. I got a big old head, I know. So you want to go bigger, Super Sod? Is that what you're saying? Sorry, I forgot what I said that you said I am too. I just want a good ride. And the thing is on these cheaper brands, they use the type of steel they use just doesn't ride that well. And so going with a legit company that makes a solid product, you're going to get a better spring, a better quality metal spring, which means it's going to ride better. And so these guys have all, done the research, and they spent the money to make the spring ride good and do that research, and that's why their lifts are a little bit more expensive. So yeah, check out the Skyjacker lift. I am partial. I do like full on, like, they're a sponsor. I mean, I'm an ambassador for them, so they're not a sponsor. But they give me that discount so I can give it to people. And I have their shocks on this truck, and I have their front coil springs because this truck is coil swapped. And it is so much nicer than any other shock I've ridden with and driven. I've used a bunch of different shocks on these trucks now. I've owned them for 25 years. And then the coil difference is insane from a stock 2005 5.4 coil to this coil spring. Night and day. The way this thing flexes and rides is, I don't know why anybody would use stock springs. And I used them for so long because I was like, I don't want to do, they're going to be fine. I'm sure this is the softest riding spring. Nope, it's not. Ford did not do that. On my white Excursion, I have V and C codes on it with the Black Mac shocks, and they ride so much better than the Bilsteins. And I was like getting ready to change springs and do all these things, and I put the freaking Skyjackers on there, and it's like, oh, I don't need to do anything. I'm good to go. So if you guys can hit that thumbs up, I haven't said it in a little while. If you are in here and you have not hit the thumbs up, I would be super appreciative. I do have a goal of getting to $20 today with the thing. Somebody can take us way above that. I'm not going to complain, but just a little guy here trying to make some money, talking to some Excursion guys, and sharing some knowledge, building the community. So that is what I am about, helping all of you guys with your burning questions. Helping you spend your money, you know, it's what I'm super good at. What else we got? What other questions we got as we hit those thumbs up and yeah, just hanging out with the geek here today. CWG stands for Chats with the Geek. So, what's up, Troy? How you doing, bro? Diesel Builder, yeah, so that's a great... I am not Doug, no. Yeah, so the cheap, that's exactly what I was saying, is the cheap lifts, they just don't use the right stuff. Skyjacker, Icon, same, you know. Icon, I don't know where they buy their spring from. I don't think they make them. Deaver's the other one that does make their own springs, I believe. And they're pretty sweet. But again, I think they're even more money than the Skyjackers. But I have heard good things. Personally, have not run them. So that's why you're not hearing that come out of my mouth, that I would suggest them. Same with Icon. I personally have not run them. I've run Skyjacker stuff. It's awesome. Chilling, Troy, huh? What's happening in the Troy life today? I can't remember, Troy. You were on here the other day. I can't remember if you're an Excursion guy or just a dude hanging out. If you haven't hit the like button, you should do that. That would be an awesome thing to do. Got some people coming in and out. If you guys could hit that thumbs up, that would be amazing. And yeah, other than that, we're just hanging out, talking excursions. Got an excursion chat room going on. Trying to help some folks out. We're talking about lift kits. We're talking about buying trucks in this thing. Yeah, we talked about motors. We talked about how Bob is not a show truck because rocks. And I don't know. We're just hanging out. Anybody else got anything? Any other burning questions? Ray, what's up from Florida, man? How are you tonight in Florida? Because it is 8:30 over there. How's the heat treating y'all in Florida? It seems like it's getting hot fast out west here. Already 92 today, according to the White Excursion as we were driving it today. Thanks for the thumbs up, whoever just hit us to 10. Really appreciate that. We got a goal today of $20 in the donations, and we're at 15. So that is pretty stinking amazing. I am really, really grateful for all of you guys that have donated to that. Oh, cool. Shot a spark plug. Trey, that's a bummer, man. Wait, is that the one you just said has a newer motor in it? Yeah. Oh, that is rough, Trey. That is rough. Everybody says on the forums, get out to get the window up. Yeah, so everybody on the forums says Calvan kit. I have never used that kit personally. I went into Napa and bought a pretty cool kit, and then I welded a socket to the actual insert, that's the thread tap, so that I can just put it down in there and pull it out without having 8 pieces come in and out of the sleeve. So just get an insert kit and tap the thing out to a bigger and put an insert in it. Really is not that big a deal. And yeah, it won't matter. That's wild though. That's a pretty young motor. I wonder if they didn't torque the plugs initially. Here's the other thing I would do. I would go around when you get that one done and pull every other coil and put the torque wrench on them all, because obviously somebody didn't put that thing together right. 2000 with 215K. You know, Ray, here's the thing. If you take care of it, it should just keep going. I really wouldn't consider rebuilding it until it really does. Yeah, yeah, it does. It sounds crazy. Um, yeah, Ray, I really wouldn't worry about that. Obviously, you can start saving money if it's something you were like, I'm gonna be ready to do that. But you only got 215 on it. I've got 230 on the one behind me. I've heard a bunch of guys with over 300 on a V10 with no problems. The biggest thing is at this many miles is we're starting to eat oil. And so the biggest thing is when you're between oil changes is checking the oil. So I check mine every 1,000 miles, 700,000 miles. Uh, and I make sure that the oil stays full, because if you get careless and you don't think about it, you're gonna run it low on oil, and then you're gonna really hurt the life of it. But if you keep oil in it and you keep the oil changed and fresh whenever it needs it, um, I bet you got a lot more miles out of that truck than you might think. Uh, I would say with regular oil changes and just good maintenance on an old V10, I would really expect that all of them should run close to 300,000 miles if I had to say a number. But I really don't know. I don't know a ton about them, and you never know the history of yours, or like, has it been pegged off the rem limiter every time it gets driven, or what is it, this or that? I don't really know. I don't know I don't know that all this answers on mine either, because I bought it with 213 on it, which is a little terrifying. And so, yeah, I don't know anything about mine, but I just try and change the oil and keep her going. Cal Van is the kit that everybody on the Excursion page, it's CAL-VAN, and I think it's probably called Cal Van. I bet you can look up Cal Van V10 head insert kit or something. Like I said, I went into Napa and bought their kit, and it has sleeves and it has the tap. So what you do is you tap the hole, screw the sleeve on, put the sleeve in with Loctite on it, try and get the tap out of the sleeve without it pulling the sleeve back out. So sometimes I end up putting the sleeve on the plug and then just putting it in all together with some Loctite on the sleeve and not on the plug in the sleeve, if that makes sense. And then just torque it up. You got to do, as you do it, and I hope the instructions say this, I don't pack the tap with grease, but I fill in all the grooves in the tap with grease so that they'll grab as much of the metal flakes that you're flaking off while you're tapping it as possible. So I only go, when I'm doing one, I only go like maybe 2 turns, maybe a half a turn even, before I pull it out and clean the tap back off, put more grease on it, put it back in. You want to keep as many metal flakes out of the cylinder as you can. The other thing I do is once I'm done, before I put the tap back in, I crank it and run it for a second before I put the tap and the plug back in. Because if any of those metal flakes are going to be able to shoot out of that cylinder, I want them to be able to come out the spark plug hole too. So I want to be able to get those. I want to give them a chance to get out of there. If they got in there, I want to give them a chance, because yeah, I think we all understand metal flakes in a cylinder, not ideal. Less than normal. Less than ideal. So, but take your time. Don't rush it. I did one the other day. It took me an hour to tap it. So, but I carry everything I did one for a friend on a 5.4. That's all I've done so far is 5.4s. Knock on wood. I go around and I need to do it again. It's time. I need to go torque all the spark plugs on this truck. So, just because, now you know. I forget what the torque spec is. Just get your torque wrench out and just pop them all. Just make sure, because what's the harm in pulling all the coils out and looking at them? Put some more dielectric grease on the coils and put them all back in, and take them off one at a time. Pop that plug with torque wrench. Just make sure it's the right torque. Because what they do is they start loosening up, and then when they loosen up, they only get 2 threads at the top, and then all of a sudden they shoot. And so when there's only like 4 threads on them on the freaking head. the way that Ford, it's really not a great design. Essentially, they found out that 4 threads had the same tensile strength as 10, and I think that's like it's true on bolts, but the problem they didn't expect was that these plugs would back out a little bit with vibration, and then now you only have 2.5 threads holding the plug in, and then you rip them out and you try and tighten it back down with 1.5 threads, it ain't gonna hold. So yeah, kind of a bummer to have such a good motor that has like such a massive flaw. But it's kind of easy to fix. It's kind of easier to fix than some other massive flaws. So, you know, I don't know. It is what it is. Any other excursion questions or big bummers from the day? That is such a bummer. Yeah, that's why I'm laughing. That's like I'm like, oh man, I hope I didn't jinx it. No, yeah, need to. Like I said, man, I would 100% like fix that one, obviously, but go around and torque every other plug because if one came loose and moves, it's worth looking at the rest of them. That is no fun. So Sparkplug has left the chat. Repeat, Sparkplug has left the chat. What cylinder is it, Trey? Is it up under the back like it always is, or is it something out front that's easier to get to? Also, we have a goal. A goal today of $20 in this stream, and I have already raised 15. Got some awesome people, been answering some great questions from some guys closest to the passenger seat. Damn, that one's the worst. I didn't even pull the coil off of that one when I torqued mine last time because I didn't want to go back in there. So anyway, we are raising $20. The hope is to get $20 on this stream, and that's our goal for the day. So if you want to help us get that goal, that would be really appreciated. We need $5 more. So we are, yeah, right in there. Yeah, Trey, that's a rough one, man. Because all the crap is just right there. And so, yeah. Next time I torque mine all down, I'm going to make sure that I beat up my hands to do that one. Because I don't want to have to do it on the side of the road. It sounds terrible. Absolutely no. Such a mess. Sorry, man. That's no fun. Oh, Trey, you didn't have to do that. Appreciate it, man. That is, I'm, just here to help. Here to help y'all do some truck stuff. Did you find the Cal Van kit? I'm just curious. I appreciate it, man. Did you find the Cal Van kit through like just Googling it? And is it on Amazon? Should I put it in I'm gonna build a V10. So that's hopefully I can focus in tomorrow. Some days I focus. Oh. I'm gonna try and put together a list on Amazon of V10 parts. And so I'm hoping that I can find that Cal Van kit and put it in there too. Because I honestly, like, if you own a V10 and you drive it a long ways, I think it's a good idea to just have the kit in there so that if this ever happens on the road, you can just do it. Because it's so simple to do it. Like, yeah, the plug is ruined. Yeah, the coil is probably ruined. But at least you could put another plug in it instead of driving down the road with a freaking gaping hole. And as you can hear, the noise that is just, the noise is just wild. So I cannot imagine that noise at freeway speed for any amount of time. Yeah. Guys, we pretty much hit our goal for the day. If anybody else wants to donate, you are still more than welcome to. We're all, balloon popping or a massive exhaust leak. We're pretty much at that goal for the day. We got 4 guys that donated $5. It is incredible. The generosity and the community that we're building here, the excursion community in general is just, I don't know, I think getting stronger every day. We're all driving old trucks, so we gotta stay together. Yeah, or a horrible knock. Yeah, a really scary knock. Yeah. Luckily, not a knock. That's the good news. Yeah, that sucks. Sucks massively. I do not envy you. I am sorry that you have to fix that crap. Hopefully, you have a garage. You don't have to work in the. You said you're from Florida. No, you said you're from Georgia. So it's hot. Hopefully, you got a garage. Don't have to work in the straight sun. Details. Oh, never get rid of it, man. Never get rid of it. Hey, thanks for the like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. There are lots of videos on this channel of just like excursion tips and stuff if you're looking for random things like that. Appreciate you being here, Trey. Have a wonderful night, and sorry about the work you're going to have to do. That's not that exciting. Alrighty. Well, thanks for being a part of this, Trey. Appreciate you. And we will chat with you on the next one. I'm live every Wednesday. I'm trying to be live every Wednesday at 2 o'clock. I was there today. It didn't really work. I don't know if this 2 o'clock thing is going to work. We'll see. But I'm trying to be live every Wednesday is my goal, so that we can just chat about things like this and do that. Ramon, wow, you sent again, man. That's way too kind, my friend. Ramon, are you buying a Calvan kit too? Just kidding. Just kidding. Yeah, man, I'm glad to help. That is what this is all about, and I'm just grateful to have some people like you that are willing to appreciate and help the cause. I just want to help more people enjoy these trucks and have great experiences with them. And Ramon, if you're willing to fly and willing to drive and you want to find one local to me, you let me know, my friend. You know how to get me hit up here. Like I said, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, same name, Geeks 4x4. I am the Geek, and I will get back to you if you message me, email me on all that stuff. I am all for all of that. So, pretty awesome. We exceeded our goal today. We had some great conversations. This has probably been the best live yet. And if there's any more questions, I don't have to end yet. So if you guys have got some more excursion questions, anything excursion related at all, I am more than happy to sit here and chat with you a little bit longer. And if not, we can call it a day. But up to you guys. Just put them down in the chats if you've got any questions. I will sit here for a little bit more time. Our goal was $20 today, and apparently I need to up that next time because you guys are super awesome. And man, I'm really excited that you guys see value in it. I've been thinking about doing some like consulting courses or doing something like that, and trying to figure out how to make this thing be an actual income generator for my family, myself, because I just love these trucks so much that I want to keep them on the road, and I want to help everybody do it because they're worth it, I think. Even the ones that are clapped out and rusted, I would take one of those. Just have a blast with it. They're just fun. They're just so much fun. All right, so what do we got for questions? We got a few people in here. Hit that like button if you're in here and haven't hit the like button. All right, let's see. True, the body can bolt onto an 11/16 frame. Technically, no. The frames are a little bit different with the Super Duties because they like kind of change more in the back than these do because of the bed. So the Super Duties have the gas tank underneath in the center here, and the Excursion has the gas tank out back. A lot of the guys that are doing that, what you're talking about, Ray, is they're taking the front of that frame and they're grafting it onto an Excursion frame. So they're cutting it probably right behind the front door, and then they're putting an Excursion back half on it, because the Excursion back half is like just enough different that it really should just be not a truck one. But technically, in the same sense that I said no, technically yes, because anything is possible with a welder. I taught myself how to weld through this process, pretty much, of shortening this truck, and it is such a cool skill to have, because you just like, I can look at anything and fix it. It's not a big deal. It's pretty great. There's always a chance, Ray. This guy gets it. Yep, there is a chance. I think I would probably take the route of using the front half. So, like, if you wanted a 10, if you wanted that. What's up, Smitty? How you doing? Yeah, I think what I would do is, like, try and find... So, like, they're doing the same thing there, too. So, they're taking... The Excursion conversion guys for a while were taking the front door and then grafting Excursion rear door onto it, and then going Excursion from the back, and then they cut the frame right underneath. So you got all of the dash, all of the engine, the suspension, the transmission, like all of that stuff from whatever year you wanted. You can do it up to a 16 or a 17. When they went aluminum, they changed everything. So until they went aluminum, you can pretty much graft on any of those front ends and get all of the new stuff, and then just use your Excursion second row, third row, rear cab, and put it all back together. So there is a way to do that. You can also just put the nose on them until 16. So the doors, I think, actually, I don't know if the doors stayed exactly the same, but the doors are pretty much the same all the way to 16 on these Fords. The 10 and down single cab long bed frame. Interesting. Have you done that, Brian? From what I understand, the frame, like, the mounts are different, and the frame up and down. I'd be curious. When you do it, I'm curious if it is bolt-on, because that would be awesome, actually. But I really just don't think it's going to be. I think the mounts are going to be different, and I think that the size of the axle hoop is different. I also know for a fact that the back of the frame is different because the hitches are different. Like, we can't bolt on a Super Duty hitch to an Excursion because the Super Duty frame is like a little bit wider or something. It's a little different. And I can't remember what exactly it is, but there is, like, you can't take a 10 and up or 11 and up or whatever, and take, because those all have the 2.5-inch receiver hitch, which I would love to have, but it does not bolt onto the Excursion frame. It doesn't fit, apparently. I have not tried it. I've seen a guy that, like, custom fit one. You have to have a 2-inch lift. A 2-inch body lift? That would make sense, I guess. If you did a 2-inch body lift, then that would give you room for the 2-inch suspension lift wouldn't change a thing. The Super Duty sits 2 inches higher anyway. So yeah, that wouldn't really make sense. Because all the suspension stuff is below the frame. I mean, that doesn't... Yeah, so the Super Duty sits, like, just the suspension on the Super Duty gives you a 2-inch lift. But you're talking a full frame, and I don't think that the body mounts line up, and I don't think that... I know for a fact that the rear hitch doesn't line up. So that means that the frame can't be the exact same in the back. And I don't know why it would be. There's like 6 body mounts in the back of this thing, where there's only like 4 on a bed. So, yeah. But that would be cool. I also don't know, like, there's no reason to do the back half on a conversion like that, because you can put, like, PMF makes brackets that go right into this frame to run the longer springs, because they went longer spring in '08. And so if you cut this frame and you put a coil front end on it, like, you'd be brilliant. So there's not like a huge reason. If you're gonna do that much work anywhere, you can cut the frame. It's not a big deal. If you got the frames off, you can cut it, gusset it back together. Yeah, rust on the back foam. Like I said, I highly doubt that bolts up, because the tank won't fit under the floor of the second row on these trucks. It won't. The floor of these is right on the frame, and the gas tank on those trucks sticks above the frame, because the bed allows the gas tanks to stick above the frame. Ah, Mechatronica, you're back. Yeah. But again, anything can be done with a welder. So in theory, yes. But in reality of just bolting it on, no. I don't think so. In the great words of very famous Al Borland, I don't think so, Tim. Any other dire excursion questions that I can help you guys answer today? Venom Rex. Tex AC? Texac? Texas? I'm not from Texas, if that's what you're asking. It's TA. There's an S at the end of Texas. Yeah. You know what else you have in the Brazil? You have the F-250 Troopy van. Do you have that, Metronica? Have you ever seen those? I think it's called the F-250 Troopy van. I really want one of those. I want to figure out how to get one of those in the U.S. because I've never seen one, and it would look sick with 40s on it. I need to figure out the import thing. I don't know how to do any of that. Mullet. That sounds freaking rad, man. 3rd gen Tacoma is a rock crawler. Cool. Is 3rd gen the same? I don't know all those, so I'm just going to mention a extremely famous YouTuber that might have the same generation. Is that like Nate's Dirt Lifestyle? Really like the way that Nate has got that truck set up. He has built his very similar to what I have done. The idea is to sleep in the truck and use it for going insane places, and so that's what it is. Same generation. Are you gonna keep the IFS? Yeah. So here's this whole truck here. Yeah, you keep an IFS. The portals and stuff seemed like it was really a game changer for him. That was a really cool idea. Honestly, I would, but I'm a solid axle guy. I have wheeled solid axle my whole life, and the flex that you get out of solid axle you can never replicate with IFS. You can get better ground clearance out of the center of IFS if you spend all kinds of money, but cost versus what you're doing, I think it's a lot easier to make a solid axle strong than it is to make a IFS strong. The cantilevers, yeah. I don't know. I don't even understand what those are, so I don't know. Coilover, maybe, that what you're talking about? Venom, I am in Washington State. Venom, weren't you on here the other day? I feel like I recognize that name. So, guys, I am going to plan to get out of here at 6 o'clock my time, which is about in 5 minutes. Got plenty of time to finish up some conversations and just finish, talking about things. But we had a goal of $20 today. Passed it by $4.99, which is amazing. If anybody wants to donate some more, just like blow past that goal, would really, really appreciate that as well. Just over here talking, trying to share some knowledge and, get some good conversations in with you guys. Talking to a couple guys right now. Really cool Tacoma build, it sounds like. Off-road guys got to stick together. I don't care what you're building. If you're going to go out and enjoy it in the dirt, we're friends. So, as long as you pick up your trash. Now, if you don't pick up your trash when you're wheeling, we're not friends anymore. Oh, the weird, yeah, whatever. You can do whatever you want, my friend. My philosophy might be a little different from a lot of people. My philosophy is simple. I like simple stuff. This truck still has leaf springs on the back of it because they are super simple. I have to do a lot of work to 4-link it, but someday it might get 4-linked. We'll see. But I really, really like simple. So, that's my suggestion. Keep it simple. Front of this truck is coil swapped. It all bolts on from 05 parts. Super simple, easy. I get parts for it anywhere, and it works really good. If you are in here and you have not hit the like button, that little thumbs up I don't know where it is, in the somewhere, you should hit it. Give me the 20 here in the last couple minutes. That would be amazing, folks. We're at 16 likes. I've been live for a little over an hour and 15 minutes. And it has been this has been one of the best live sessions I've ever done. I am super grateful to all of you guys, including the people that I'm talking to right now. Mullet with a freaking sick Tacoma build, sounds like. The guy is planning it out. That is the dreaming stage. It sounds like what you're in, Mullet. Or do you already have this thing apart? Because I'm down. Down for any builds, man. Are you building this thing on your channel on YouTube too? Because I need to find your channel then too. We are looking for 2 more thumbs up, and we are looking for any last-minute questions. I'm going to be live for a few more minutes here. I am more than willing to answer some questions in that time. Love just talking to you guys. Love knowing this community, and getting to know it. Already in the process. Sick, man. That is awesome. Again, are you building it on your YouTube channel, or is this just kind of something you're doing in the garage without a camera? Looking for some more likes. 2 more. Give me the 20. Got a couple minutes. Dude, you got to have a YouTube channel for videos. Just kidding. You don't have to. But it'd be cooler if you did. There's a little floaty thing. It's kind of annoying. I am, yeah. Sounds like an epic build, Mullet. I would love to wheel with you someday when you get that sucker done. I love to see stuff that is custom built and built to what you need. Holy crap. Hunter, thank you, sir. I think you donated the other day, too. I recognize that name. This guy coming in here, finishing us off, super duper strong. I really, really appreciate that, Hunter. Yeah, I don't know what to say. You guys, I set my goal at $20 for today. You guys have all come together and made it double the goal for the first time. I think that is awesome. I'm going to have to make the goal bigger next time. We're going to have to go bigger next week. I am live every Wednesday. It seems like I might be moving the time here. This time has worked really, really well. I got on about 4 o'clock, and it seemed like I'm getting a lot of you guys. Like 4 to 6 o'clock hour has seemed a little better than the 2 o'clock hour. And so What do you guys think? Everybody that's in here right now, what do you think about the time period? If I was going to be live again, I'm being live every week, and I've been starting it at 2 p.m. What do you think about starting it at 4 p.m.? Andrew, man, that is awesome. Those Toyotas are really epic trucks. They work really well off road, and yeah, with a lot of gearing options and all that. I am always impressed. I love anything off road, man. I do not discriminate. So you see an Excursion sitting right there. I've got 2006 LJ sitting right there, and I just love getting in the dirt. That's what I'm about hanging out with people, building this community up as I'm doing right now, and getting to know this community, and then just being in the dirt and getting to wheel with you guys. My next wheeling event is Trail Hero, and if you have not heard of Trail Hero, you need to look it up. That is an event that happens every year right around St. George, Utah. I think it's actually technically called, it's in Hurricane, Utah. And it is my favorite off-road event of the year, bar none. The runners of it are excellent. The trails are excellent. And all the events you can do after wheeling in the morning is amazing. Everything there is nice and small, so you can get stuff done by the middle of the afternoon and get to do some fun. Okay, I need 2 more likes. More people out here. We got lots of people here. We need 2 more likes to finish this thing out. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up. I was supposed to be done at 6. Oh, I see some hearts. I see some hearts flowing. Flow those hearts. I don't know. It's just fun to hang out with you guys. I'm super grateful for you. I hope that you subscribe to the channel. Enjoy some content of this here Bob Excursion doing some crazy things. Thank you, Mullet. I appreciate it, man. If you're on the West Coast, or if you're anywhere that I seem to be wheeling, I did get out to Missouri this last month, and I would love to wheel with you, man. We hit the 20, guys. We hit the 20 things. That is awesome. Capone Crossing Farms, thank you for whatever that is. And also have memberships. If you guys are interested in becoming a member of Geeks 4x4s, you get some new content and different things. I have got memberships now. A K20 Dart Big Block. That's pretty cool. That's pretty rad. Yeah, Capone Crossing Farm. I already shouted you out, man. Thanks for coming in here. I appreciate you being in here. Oh, you're in Montana, Mullet. You're not too far away from me, man. I'm up in Washington. So, dude, we need to go to Moab when you get that thing done. Or come to Trail Hero. That's even better. You got all summer to get that thing finished up. Let's go wheeling a Trail Hero. So, all right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Capone Crossing, not a problem, man. Are you growing a YouTube channel here? I was going to get out of here. Now I got to talk to people. I love talking to people. I'm not good at just leaving. Yeah. Thank you, Trucker Tom, for stopping by. I appreciate you, man. Capone Crossing Farm, you need to make a YouTube channel, man. That is a great name. And you need to make it happen. So there's my encouragement for the day. I appreciate all of you taking the time to watch me live and just sit in my garage and talk to you and giving me questions that I can that I can answer and help you guys out. That is my goal. Is I'm always giving advice, always trying to build this community up. I want to build everybody together, and I am extremely, extremely grateful for all of your guys' support. Subscribing to my channel means a ton. You're helping me. You're helping me do some crazy cool stuff and continue this thing that I absolutely love. So just, a quick subscribe, a quick little bit of money, a quick little bit of whatever helps a ton, and I really, really appreciate it. So I hope you know that. I hope you feel that appreciation. I am genuinely grateful for every one of you. This has been a long road for me. So So any kind of support, any kind of extra to people is really fun. So, all right, guys, I am going to take off for today. I very, very much appreciate all of you. Tons of people donated today, which is also stinking amazing. I am extremely grateful for all of that. And we will talk to you guys next week. I think I'm going to do next week at 4 o'clock. It seemed better. This has been a great one. So Wednesday at 4 o'clock Pacific, that would be my time. I'm going to be live with you guys. I might be moving this around later, but I'm going to try and be live Wednesday at 4 next week. All right? Peace out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really, really appreciate all of you. And yeah, I'm out. Bye.